Hello, Internet. Today I'm writing about, and by extension, rambling about, Sailor Moon, and what, pray tell, brought this about? Well, as of July 19th, 2023, I have finally watched all of the original anime. And why did this take so long to accomplish? The Star Season. As I'm sure you all can tell, I am an American. The Star Season wasn't dubbed until Viz due to censorship issues. So I grew up watching Sailor Moon on Toonami on Cartoon Network. My mom recorded all the episodes onto VHS for us so we could watch it anytime we wanted. She also left the Tom bits in, and now the Dick dub was and kind of still is my preferred audio track to watch Sailor Moon in, but that's because I grew up with it, nostalgia. But as an adult, there's only so much cringe my poor little spine can take. Because no matter which version of the original Sailor Moon anime you watch, the anime itself is kind of like full of cringe. And the Star season by far has the most cringe out of all the seasons. And my brain spine can't handle reading all that cringy subtitles. So English dub is what I need. So I can turn it on in the background while I work and look up at intervals. The whole time I was messaging my live reactions to Cassie over Discord. Reactions I will happily read out to you at the end of this review. But first, let me break down Sailor Moon into the seasons so I can go over each one kinda briefly. Season 1, Negaverse/Beryl. Season 2, Alan Ann, the Doom Tree. Season 3, Black Moon. Season 4, Heart Snatchers. Season 5, Dream. And Season 6, Stars. I mainly divide them by the villains or the arc. And yes, I know Doomtree and Black Moon are both technically Season 2, but I separate them. Also, heads up, I do alternate between the Deke names and the original names. So it might get a bit confusing, so I apologize for that. But I write these in short bursts, so it will most definitely happen. Season 1 introduces everyone. The girls are boy-obsessed. As an adult, I do feel weird about a few things. Nephrite being a grown mid-20s to 30s man having an emotionally romantic relationship with Molly, who is 14. As a kid, the Deke dub had Molly and the girls 16 or so, if I recall. But it's still weird. As a kid, I didn't see it as weird, but I think many shows I watched had similar age gaps. Darien and Usagi's age difference still confuses me. You never see him in a school uniform, so is he in college in the OG anime or high school? It's just confusing for me. And my teeny tiny pea brain can't focus on it. Most of my issue with the Negaverse arc comes from the age gaps in the romantic relationships. I do like the amount of character development we get for the characters. Dubbing-wise, the Viz dub has taken me a long time to get used to, so I haven't watched more than, the first episode of the season in the Viz dub. Doom Tree arc made me cry. They just wanted to save their tree parent. The borderline incest relationship between Alan and Anne makes my adult brain go, oh no, oh no. The Doom Tree arc is only in the OG anime, so it does hold a special place in my heart. Also, the design elements were definitely reused for the Promise of the Rose movie. Black Moon introduces Rini, or Chibi Uso, however you want to call her, who is by far a better Sailor Scout than her own mother. I love that Katsy in the Deke dub sounded like she smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day. The sisters were probably my favorite part. Prince Dymond was rapey. Sapphire had my pity. The nightmare guy with the spear gave me nightmares, as was probably his whole entire purpose in that show. Rini wanting a romantic relationship with her dad was super weird and creepy. The Heart Snatchers is the season that I watched the most. I loved The Witches 5, Mehmet being my fave. Uranus and Neptune in the deep dub were portrayed as cousins, to which my sister and I went, yeah, no. We could tell as kids that they were lovers. Michiru was my fave out of the duo. Still is my fave. I love seeing Pluto come back, but at the same time, Pluto should have smacked them into actually wanting to work with their princess. Hotaru was a favorite of mine, like probably my all-time favorite character of the season. I felt that I had a lot in common with her. I constantly got sick as a kid. I was very shy. I'm still very shy, honestly. The friendship between Hotaru and Rini was super cute. I remember hating Hotaru's dad because he was neglecting his daughter. Then you see the flashback where he let the alien take over his body to save her life. My heart ached. Then I cried when he was reunited with baby Hotaru. It sadly doesn't last long with Pluto taking her. Like, I get it, she's going to be a Sailor Guardian no matter what, but can't you watch from afar? The whole Neptune and Uranus fight at the end was weird. Like, you're in high school, you know Sailor Moon, a 15-year-old, is your princess. The big bad has been beaten. You're up in arms mad because she went about solving the problem differently from your own plan. Also, they do it again in a later season, and that one I'm still mad about. Dream season. The Dark Moon Circus. I sense a theme in villain naming conventions. Rini meets a magical flying horse, Pegasus. The amount of time with the other Sailor Guardians trying to figure out who Rini is in love with is very funny. But concerning how often they think it's a grown person. But granted, they're just like, well, she's a kid, she probably just has a crush on a guy, and kids, I guess, tend to have crushes on adults. I did not experience this as a child, so I don't know. Rini in the show is in elementary school, and I love seeing those adventures of her with her classmates. I love the Amazon trio, they were awesome. And Fisheye's retrospective towards their inn pulled at my heartstrings. The Amazon Quartet, I like their personalities, but I don't like their outfits. Even as a kid, their outfits made me feel uncomfy. They looked in between the Scouts and Rini's ages, so being so exposed at such a young age made and still makes me personally feel uncomfortable at the idea. My fave member of the quartet was Paula. No surprise, she's blue. I have a thing for the color blue. She's a bubbly, fun personality like Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls, but with a scary edge to her. She legit decapitates a doll in the dentist episode. Sarconia gave me the shivers. I grew up with the dub, so they were a dude, but in the original, they were a lady. So I'm trying to keep referring to them as they, because honestly, I liked both depictions, and they can go either way gender-wise for me. And I feel like they were the instigator for most of the Queen Nehelenia's actions at this point. Queen Nehelenia, I love her design. Kidher is super cute. If I ever go all out to cosplay a Sailor Moon character, her and Mistress 9 are the top of the list for that. Character-wise, it didn't leave much of an impression on me. That or it looks completely eclipsed it. Now, on to the Star season. The final season. I believe I might have read this arc in the manga online at some point, but I don't recall it very much. I have attempted to watch the subbed of this season before, but the cringe was just too much for me. So one day I saw that Hulu had the Viz dub of Sailor Stars, and I decided to give it another shot. The Viz dub takes getting used to. Usagi has a high-pitched voice that I am not the biggest fan of. We start this season with more Queen Nehelenia scenes Scenes from these sets of episodes I have seen numerous times in numerous Sailor Moon AMVs. We then get to Chibiusa going back to her time and Mamo going to study abroad. I like that the main baddies are people turned into Sailor Scouts for them to fight, and they are so funny and cringy for me, which is probably where most of the cringe comes from, honestly. For the main reoccurring villains, I like the designs of Sailor Iron Mouse and Tin Nyanko. I found Aluminum Siren and Sailor Lead Crow's design kind of bland. I do like the "you're my rival, okay sure" dynamic Siren and Crow have, though. Galaxia's design has always been cool to me, though the amount of time we get to see her is very, very small. The Stars group, Seiya Fighter, Taika Maker, and Yaten Healer, are our new trio. We mostly explore them through Seiya, who is almost always constantly flirting with Usagi. We have a few episodes where we can see them through Taiki and Yaten. I don't recall them ever explaining the whole boy to girl vice versa in the anime. I read somewhere they took the gender of the dominant gender on Earth when they came, also who doesn't like a boy group. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, BTS are like the top 3 boy groups I can think of at this moment. You can tell my age, I'm sure. I enjoyed the show shipping Venus and Yaten in a few episodes. We also get a bit of Yaten and Luna ship moments too. Taiki often butting heads with Mercury and I believe Jupiter for a few episodes. I get why these ships exist now. The Seiya Usagi ship now. Let's be honest, I was against it. Usagi and Mamo are a predestined couple, reincarnated future child and all that, but damn, they got me. Seiya and Usagi's relationship was so cute. Seiya accepted that Usagi had a boyfriend by the end. I do feel like their relationship felt more natural than Usagi's and Mamo's, but I still can't decide which ship I like more. After all, Usagi and Mamo has been a fact since I was a child. Chibi is a very cute character. Uranus is still a bitch. Neptune enables it, and stuff could have happened if they all agreed to work together to beat the big bad. Also, the fact that the final fight is done in the nude is very awkward. The season was enjoyable for me, full of laughs, cringe, and yelling at the screen. If you want to have a good laughs and get more characterization for the Sailor Moon franchise, give the first anime a watch. Rating-wise, I'll give it an A rank. Yes, there are flaws, but it's still a fun watch. And also, for many kids growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, Sailor Moon was their introduction into anime in general, magical girl anime. And then, if it wasn't Sailor Moon, it was Dragon Ball Z, which aired right after it. And so now I'm gonna grab my Discord and read you guys my live reactions. At 5:41 in the morning, evening. The Stars will be a movie. I believe it will be 2 movies, like the Dream arc was. GIF of Sailor Moon bouncing. Okay, so the official trailer I watched on YouTube just lists it as 1 movie and that it will be released next year, but I feel like it might be split into 2 movies. It's just a feeling, but I'm going for it. Venus. Because on movie doesn't sound like it will cover all the Star seasons. It's the longest arc of the manga, and has a lot happen, most of which never made it into the original anime. I just don't think 1 movie would have the time for everything. That is the most confusing arc of Sailor Moon. That is so true. I don't recall reading the Star arc in the manga, and I know I never watched the OG Star season. I should watch the dub of the OG Star season before I see the movie, I think. There's a lot. I try to think of one thing, but it's a lot. Like, Nehelania comes back. That was 4 episodes. I saw that part in sub. You have Darien getting kidnapped again. We only skim the surface of who and what Sailor Galaxia is in the anime. Seiya and Moon getting way too flirty. Nehelania returning as the scariest shit. I just know I love her song from one of the musicals. She goes on dates with him. But I love Nehelania's design. Moon is so unfaithful. Your fiancé is gone,
and you're going on dates with another man. If this was the reverse, she'd lose her shit. She didn't know that it was a date until Neptune told her. She freaked out, and Darian wasn't answering any of her messages. It was made to seem to her like he had left for schooling abroad and just cut her out of his life. Okay, I forgive and regret the gift I posted. I don't like Sailor Uranus. She's a hypocritical bitch. Someone hug Usagi. Sailor Uranus is very hypocritical and bitchy. And oddly enough, I do like her. But I mainly like her attacks and looks. Our job is to protect the princess. Slaps the princess. Then she slaps the princess, assaults the princess's face. Granted, Mars did the same, but she did it out of love while Usagi was freaking out to make her focus. Kidnaps princess's child in a helicopter. Mars and Sailor Moon have a history together way before she smacks her face, and we respect Ray for it. Also tries to kill princess's child's best friend that's actually around her age. Uranus slaps Sailor Moon just to get her to go along with her plan or to hurt her. I also just found a gif of Mercury slapping Sailor Moon in a similar way. Try to murder a child. Then Uranus turns traitor at some point in Stars from a scene I saw once. I'm not sure if Neptune joined her. That was when Sailor Moon was going to give up the silver crystal to keep everyone from dying. Yes, straight up tried to murder a child that she later kidnapped and calls her Papa now. Mercury said that if she did that, then Venus would have died in vain. But Sailor Moon cares. But granted, giving up the silver crystal wouldn't guarantee no one would die. Go Mercury for making sense. Uranus also wanted to kill the child in Sailor Moon's arms when she slapped her. I really like this gif, and I want to animate it now. Uranus is just a murderous bitch. That's all I'm hearing. Uranus likes to commit murder, preferably on helpless little girls. I have concerns. Is Uranus a serial killer? Uranus is an attempted serial killer. She has not succeeded in killing anyone because Sailor Moon exists. Go Sailor Moon! Always there for a friend. She is always one on who you can depend. She won't let you kill children. Even Nephrite wouldn't kill a child. Granted, he is kind of a pedophile when it comes to Molly. He would and did enter in a very questionable relationship with a child. Yep, and that child mourned his death. It's possible there was absolutely nothing sexual about their relationship, but it is sus as fuck. Fisheye is also a pedophile, hitting on a little boy who plays soccer. Wow, that is a thing that happened. I am concerned with the inappropriate relationships in Sailor Moon. How many questionable things are in Sailor Moon that we just don't notice or pick up on because we were kids? Darren was a college student versus a high school student in Crystal in the manga. Well, Sailor Moon is still 14, so many questionable things, but we still love it due to the nostalgia it gives us. That means for the original anime, the producers of the show made a decision to make Darien older, which is super creepy that a bunch of middle-aged men in a boardroom decided to make a high school student a college student and still have him with the middle schooler. Helios is way older than Rainy, though they look similar in age, but still, Helios is a grown-ass man. They wanted to give him a reason to be friends with Andrew, who is a college student, but why not be that Darien hung around the arcade too, or Andrew was a tutor of some sort. And she's in the past, so how much older than her is he really? A lot more than we think. Andrew, while everyone crushed on him, always played the big bro role. Andrew is an anime-only character who they could have made a high school student. So true. Helios and Rini is a very messed up relationship. His sister was a middle schooler who worked at the arcade too. I saw his sister worked at a cafe, but okay. They could have made him a high schooler who had an after-school job, or whatever. I saw Andrew's sister worked at the diner. I know his girlfriend rode horses. She does, but it's close to the arcade, so I got confused. But also, Darien dated Ray in the anime, right? Fair, it's been a minute since we've watched it. Him dating Ray was fucking weird. So Darien in OG anime is a pedophile. So weird. So illegal. Oddly enough, Zoisite, Jedi, and Kunzite, I can't find anything inappropriate about at the moment, other than, trying to commit murder. They're villains, so some murder is to be expected. I feel bad that we never see Mercury's or Venus's family. I believe in the OG anime they stated that they passed, but I'm not sure. True. Mercury's parents are very much alive. The girls are being boy-obsessed is weird and cringy, but when you're a teen and hormonal, that's to be expected. Venus' parents are super dead, right? But we've never seen them. Are Venus's parents dead? That explains a lot. They say her mom is always busy at the hospital and her dad is a traveling artist. Also, there is a scene that hints at Artemis having romantic feelings for Venus, but I read it as him being the big bro friend who needed to cheer up his friend. Her parents are divorced, and her dad does traditional Japanese watercolors. I do recall the fact that the episode with Mercury's dream mirror, but I find it odd there was never an episode where you see even one of them. I always read that scene as Artemis being a friend / potential parental figure, but people do read it as romantic. It can be easily read that way, especially since she lives with her mom. People often read family / platonic love as romantic either because they're young or they don't understand the differences between love types, right? She lives with her mom, and there is an episode where they take Hotaru to the hospital her mom works at to be seen, so we should have seen her mom, or a nurse in that room for that matter. And they say that Mercury's mother saw her. I thought they said she was on the way to see her because Hotaru said her father wouldn't allow it and bolted or tried to bolt. I don't know, it's been a minute. But still, we should have seen her. In the original anime, she was seen at the hospital. We saw her in the OG anime? I don't recall seeing her whatsoever. No, we didn't see her, but we're told that Mercury's mom saw the baby Hotaru. Okay. Hotaru is sweet poor bean. I think the card game episode is the most memorable episode of the show for her. Yes, it was my favorite episode for a while, and we watched it all the time. I love the scenes of them looking out the windows to see the frozen tundra or the jungle, and then Hotaru opened her dresser and found the ocean. It's a really visually interesting episode. Also, Blast the Door is from that episode. Blast the Door was a great thing to hear. I want to rewatch that episode now. And then she's sending me Instagram post. I'm going to watch the star dub of Sailor Moon while working on this animation. Expect random commentary from me. Baby Hotaru is cute baby. Baby Hotaru is one of the cutest babies in animation, but I think Baby Tarzan has her beat. He's super cute baby. And that is true. Baby Tarzan is probably one of the cutest babies in animation, which makes me kind of want to make a cute animation baby tier list. Baby Tarzan def wins cutest baby. Artemis is in tears, poor boy. Flashing gold eye is bad, Nehelenia is easily manipulated. Her motives in the original anime are pretty shallow, so it's pretty easy to steer her in whatever direction you want. Pluto asked to borrow Saturn for a while. She just put the baby down in the bushes. The fuck? And this is why we don't bring a baby to a fight. The bad guys will go for them. And Uranus saying, don't do it is so hypocritical. You tried to kill her before. At least twice from my memory at this point. Uranus saying more adult things is so cringy. Oh no, Usagi saying more adult things is so cringy. Like, girl, you're only 16. They kidnapped this child a few days ago, and it's calling them mommy and daddy. I have complaints. Does her father knows what's up? No, he doesn't. Why isn't anyone at the hospital he's at concerned about the missing baby? Right, the nurse gave me side-eye for walking around the maternity ward with my own baby because they were worried about people stealing babies. Why is no one looking for this baby? Meanwhile, the baby's in a bush after being kidnapped by 3 crazy ladies, 2 of which definitely tried to murder her before. Today on Deadly Women, wee woo! Uranus just called the other scouts kittens. I don't feel comfy with that. Of course Jupiter's mirror has a cute flower on it. We've lost Darien to mirrors. Uranus and Neptune pillow talk. Bullshit, it's not okay. Chibi Moon is right. Darien needs to apologize. Mind controlled or not, he still slapped his GF. Pink shiny light. Ooh, is this the first transformation of the season? How many episodes in are we? Ray jumped to stop her, poor thing, and the cats stay home to be moral support at the shrine. Y'all can steer out of the way of mirror shards. Mercury and Uranus have worked together. I feel bad because Uranus is such a bossy person. Usagi from the preview at the end of the last episode forgot who she was there to save. Ray and Neptune working together. Saturn deciding to press the reset button. Darren going off to New York. He just hands her the box. Slow-mo walk and turn. Darren has a pic of the three of them together, a bright yellow light hitting Darian's plane. All of them teasing her. Usagi doesn't realize that it's an engagement ring. Seiya being upset they're not as famous as they thought. Sailor Moon transformation sequence! You don't want to hurt her, but you have to. Oh god. They have a corny intro. Pagers can only be turned back by one person. Really, Starlights? Really? If you went to this planet, just explain to the other scouts what's up. If their princess could heal, yada yada. Trade notes, damn it. Explain what happened to Usagi. Seiya is so egotistical. I thought you said egotistical. My gif of Neptune laughing because she looks adorable in it. Neptune is laughing because she agrees that he is an egotistical. She does. Because he is. On May 2nd. Usagi getting in trouble with the girls for not being nice to Seiya. Let the girl be mean to one guy. Forgive me, my voice is still shit because I am indeed sick. Right? If they don't let her be just a little bit mean to him, he won't get the hint and leave. Right? Usagi is nice to everyone. Let her be mean to one person. Does Iron Mouse always say flirty lines? Because the lines are flirty. But the way she says them doesn't feel very flirty. Excuse me, that was a burp. You watching in Japanese or English? I've never watched it in English. Her dialogue was teasing like a bully on the playground that has a crush on you, but I don't remember flirty. English, so I work on animation at the same time. The season is too cringe to read the subs and watch for me a lot of the time. Star, gentle, uterus. My uterus has never once been gentle. Usagi joined the manga club, so cute. Back to this. Yes, it hasn't been. You want to know why? I had to have surgery on my uterus last year. Several months after this was stated. Still upset Jupiter got bullied into joining a sports club. Let the woman enjoy her cooking. I love the episode previews at the end. Mina staging pics with the three lights, Usagi with the camera. Saying Seiya being upset he's not doing great at the musical. Hilarious. Ray just popped up out of nowhere. Ray flirting is too much. Why is Seiya so moody? While the lady is a bit of a bitch, she just knows Seiya can do better. This statement triggered all of my teacher trauma, like, knowing I can do better is an excuse to be a bitch. True, the lady needs to learn another way to push them to reach their full potential without being a bitch. The director is a nun! A fucking nun! Is this Sister Act? Seiya, you don't still have a chance. She has a boyfriend. They're so egotistical. They refused Neptune's death music. They Oh no, that's not refused. They reused Neptune's death music. They reused Neptune's death. The fucking disrespect. The Seiya just yelling at Mars and Moon for lecturing him about trying to kill the phage. Dude, explain what's up. Have a convo. Make a plan. I am still mad about the disrespect. How dare they disrespect her? Taki is a simple-minded jerk. Imagination is what drives science. Roland finally got up and has dealt with me ranting about Sailor Moon stars. Is Star Maker's only attack Star Gentle Uterus? Communication. Yes. And yes. Thank you for the validation. Venus going, leave the invading of his privacy to me. So funny. They actually talk about how long the motto was. Sensitive Inferno. That's their attack. I'll help you just this once. Such a pouty person. Like, dude, seriously. Why not work together to find out who you're looking for? It would go a lot quicker. Luna is such a sweetie, hoping he finds who he's looking for soon. And yet, where is a jealous Artemis? Do I get a jealous Artemis because I want it? Or is he just over here still crying over Diana? The Outer Scouts finally show! Strawberry Shortcake sounds good. Neptune looks so cute in episode 14, showing up with tickets. Neptune gave the tickets so they would go see her perform. So cute! Usagi took the wrong bus. Uranus glaring daggers at Seiya. Seiya flirting with Neptune and Uranus ready to kill a person. They're up to things in that dressing room, I know it. A trailer. I know you already posted this here, but I found it again while scrolling through YouTube and got excited. Kyo Usagi asking if they could team up and work together, and Uranus ruining it. It's a great trailer. Uranus is such a bitch. Why did she have to come and ruin it? Uranus ruined teamwork. You can now get the complete series of Sailor Moon now. That's that trailer. The website says it'll be about $60. The Target list is it at $43. Never mind, it's complete first season. I misread it. And then these are Sailor Moon earrings I made for my PNG YouTuber. I'm working on more earring assets. I'm debating if I should do highlights on the gem and also how to do so. Highlights would make it pop. I think you should do several layers of different types and patterns of highlight until you find which one you like. This is me doing more pencil designs. Sailor Moon merch at the Target. I want that plushie. These are the finals that I uploaded. Why can't they be in me size section? This is about the Sailor Moon stuff at Target, and it's because Target sucks. I saw this, it made me laugh, especially since I now know which episodes the clips are from. In the Name of the Moon ice cream. And on the 12th of 2022, December, finally found the episode I left off at. Pluto and everyone not listening to Moon about how the Starlights aren't the enemy, they're making trouble for themselves. Chibi chibi. Watching Being Puppy Cat and hearing Sailor Moon's iconic voice actress in another role using the exact same voice is weird. Watching some more stars, they revealed that they're scouts to each other. Moran asked for voice acting fun facts. For me, I say, because Andrew gets annoyed at my constant, do you know where I've heard this voice before? Malarkey. I was gonna say bullshit, but I've been working hard to find nicer words and nicer ways to say things. The woman voicing Galaxia in the upcoming movie is the same one who voiced Girl Ranma in Team Rocket's Jessie. Nice. We got Sailor Moon, a dark fantasy film. Sailor Moon's an 80s action film. This is that awesome documentary. You guys should totally watch it about the tune maker Sailor Moon. I put like all the parts there. And we're starting on June 20th, 2023. Pardon my voice. I am sick at the time of recording this. I began watching Sailor Stars again. Seiya got their stuff wrecked by Sailor Cat. Seiya's friends are overprotective jerks. And the Outer Scouts are making it worse. Usagi had every right to yell at them. I don't get why she said sorry. Seiya searching the crowd for Usagi. He has mental wavelength powers. Man down, man down. Did Sailor Moon forget she could heal people? Uranus still being an ass. I'm finally at the Idol Venus episode. Sailor Musician sounds like Crunk. Girl, if you don't take the opportunity while it's there. Taki and Yatin seriously picking on a baby. Rude. Yeah, you do need to explain. Maybe you go, hey, that thing in Chibi Chibi's hands belongs to our princess, then a convo could be had. Seiya, the only one going, let's talk to them first. Chibi Chibi saying no touch is so cute. Look at this gif of this baby. She is precious. Uranus and Neptune showing up to be bitches. The light of hope thing will save you two idiots too. Don't make sexy time jokes in the car, Neptune. Uranus is having a breakdown over a rose. Someone hug this poor girl. That's not Uranus, that's Usagi. Like I said, I am sick, and apparently it takes away my ability to fucking read. Okay, I see why people ship Seiya and Usagi. And that is on June 20th at 3 p.m. Ray coming in with the facts, and hey, you need to be honest with Seiya. Uranus and Neptune are being bitches again, bossy jerks. Seiya is taking the rejection like a champ. Well, someone become magic sparkle dust. Question, where is Pluto and Saturn? The world's going to shit and they're nowhere in sight. Well, the main four are dead. Uranus and Neptune are so on their BS. Usagi emotionally destroyed. And Pluto and Saturn are just standing there. Uranus switching sides like a jerk who knows no loyalty. Traitors. Dirty, dirty traitors. The power of friendship and rage can overpower Galaxia. Lady stomped on and broke their weapon. She cut the scepter. So much flashing lights. 1. Sailor Moon is naked. 2. In one shot, they place a starseed right in front of her vagina and it looks inappropriate. I'm going to doubt they're around until I see them at the arcade. Even Darien is like my future wife is clueless. Usagi, how many times do you have to ask Darien if he loves you? He proposed before dying. I can now also say I have watched the star season of Sailor Moon. Also, the Digimon Adventure 2020 finally has a dub. And yeah, that's the end of that, and that is July 19th. Oddly enough, my sister didn't react to anything, apparently. Which is odd, she tends to. Unless this version keeps her... No, her reactions are there. She's sent stuff. She just didn't react to anything here. So yeah, and then this is me sending my sister, Sailor, Pretty Cure stuff. Because it's just like, here's some Sailor Moon shit. So yeah, woo! Hello, post-editing Chrissy here. I've gotten everything edited up to this point, I think, I hope, who knows. But yeah, this has been my review of the Sailor Moon Stars season, specifically, because I had never watched it before until, like, last year. And I gave it an A rank, though at this point in time I feel like it kind of deserves a B, but it's got an A rank at the moment. And I do have plans to do other reviews of other anime that I've watched. Right now it's mostly in the Pretty Cure Magical Girl section, because I have watched Witchy, Delicious Party, and I'm almost done with Soaring Sky. So there's 3 Pretty Cure series that I will probably be doing a review and a fun little ranking for. And I should probably like make like a ranking map or something online so that you guys can see it. Forgive my voice, I am very sick. I am making sure to drink water. Well, not water, this Snapple. But I'm trying to get my fluids and do all the things. But yeah, if there's any like show you want me to watch and do a review or even reactions to, let me know down in the comments below. It's very helpful, and I just need more things to go audio-wise underneath my speed paints. Other things, I do have my Magical Girl Tropical Rogue Pretty Cure review that I finished that I'm very, very pleased with. It was my very first one, so if you enjoyed this one, you might enjoy that one. If you're interested in listening to me read Reddit stories, I'll put up that playlist of where I read stuff. And yeah, I also do some animations, since you're here in Sailor Moon, I've drawn some Sailor Scouts and Sonic characters. I've done the main 5, so I'll try to remember to link that down below if I can. So thank you, bye-bye.